Alright, so today I wanted to kind of go over Strongarm Stance in sort of an example hunt with Zinogre to kind of show off its power and to kind of go into the thought process of, using it in an actual hunt. I noticed online that whenever I do see a greatsword user, there's very few of them. If they are running it, it typically tends to only come out whenever the monster's down and we're using like small barrel bombs, right? Or time bombs, whatever you like to call them, to get the counter off, which is very good. Of course, I do that myself. It's big damage, right? And it is hard to counter monsters online because you have aggro being shared with like seven other things, right? But I think it is important, and I would love to see more great sword users give it a shot. I vastly prefer Strong Arm Stance to Surge Slash, but this isn't a video about my opinion. Um, it's very powerful though, and if you're solo, you should learn to use it, especially in higher tier anomaly hunts, because Surge Slash just won't cut it, right? It just isn't that strong, unfortunately, even if you are using Element, right? Um, so let's just get into it. The Nogar, I think, is very good for practicing Strong Arm Stance. He has very easy to read moves, and it teaches you to be patient and to not just counter everything. Because Strong Arm Stance is not, a longsword counter. You can't just throw it out there against everything and expect great results. You have to kind of pick and choose and learn those opportunities, right? Roll a power sheath. Unfortunately, we were too far. We could counter that, or punish that, I mean, the barrel bomb straight into a strong arm stance, but we just weren't close. You can punish that triple stomp, though. Has plenty of end lag. And, if the stars align, we can do big damage and flinch him. We'll just go with the level 2 and roll away. Should power up here. Yep. So that, if I had reacted right, we probably could have countered that initial lightning bolt and maybe even counter it, but that moves very hard. It just kind of comes out really quick. We can punish that double slam though. There's plenty of end lag when it ends, and it happens pretty often enough, so we can usually exploit it for damage. Right, we didn't get the full body tackle there, but that's okay. Here when he enrages, he'll follow it up, double slam I mean, with the up. Okay. I'm not gonna reset, but that was very odd. Wasn't expecting that. But normally you can counter that. Just turning around the, good counter, and there's plenty of end lag after the uppercut, so it's an easy true charge slash right there. As I can, demonstrate properly now. An important thing with that, though, is to try and space yourself out right, so that way you don't accidentally true charge slashes like body or something like that, and that we are hitting his head, right? So just another little thing to practice. And here we'll see it again. Fortunately, I power sheathed, so I didn't have that second wire bug, but if we had 3 wire bugs, which are very important, we would have very easily been able to do big damage there. In fact, I'm gonna actually go grab another one. Another punishable move here. After the shoulder check, you get that very dramatic slam, and if we hadn't powered him down, we could have done big damage there. But it's okay, because we'll make it up with this. And since he's powered down, unfortunately, with those shoulder checks, we don't actually, get that, like, follow-up slam, right? So you do kind of just have to let him make it. And when he's exhausted, whenever you do see that kind of single stomp coming out, it'll only ever be that one stomp. Because he's tired, you can't put in the full effort as he usually could. No longer tired, so we can start playing the game now. Gonna power up here, and since we chased him down, we can very easily punish with the strong arm stance. As such, I believe he is still at 2 charges. I'm not too sure just how close we were to interrupting him. We'll just have to find out here, I guess. Okay, so he's at 3 charges, so anytime he powers up now, he should. There we go. Yep. Now he's powered up. Okay, he's going for the double slam, so easy punish right there. Now he's enraged. Lightning bolts, so we just punish with the level maybe 2. Oh no, we can get it 3. See if he goes for that tackle. He does, so we can just counter that. And if he didn't, as I did earlier, you can just react with the tackle and just roll away, right? Okay, I'm just gonna go for double slam here. Then uppercut. And our spacing's good, so we get a clean hit on his head. No flinch, unfortunately, but that's okay. Also keep in mind my health. I'm trying to sustain that dragon heart. I don't want to heal too much, but I don't want to get too low because Strongarm Stance guard does not prevent death. If you just get chipped too much, you will just straight up die. There you go, he's powered down. I didn't expect it, but I was ready for it, so. Easy counter there, right? Now, I do kind of want to get our power sheath active. Which is why 3 wire bugs is huge for greatsword. I'm serious. Going for a power sheath without having 3 is a bit of a gamble. You're essentially saying I won't need the counter for like 10 seconds. Or 5 seconds, I believe, actually. And that just might not be the case. I guess we're getting actually extremely lucky with this AI. Yeah, that actually almost killed us. Jesus. We won't go for a counter here. I don't think the bomb would have killed us, but better safe to be sorry. Or better safe than sorry. Sorry. This might be a bit sketch to go for, admittedly. Yeah, I don't think we'll land it. I hadn't expected them to actually power up there. But that's just something to keep in mind, right? Be better than me. Make the right judgment. He's powered up now, so we'll really be looking for that double slam in particular. He's not really giving us much of anything, and that's okay. Because we can just go for the damage we can get whenever. Or just enrage. And that works too. Throwing out charge slashes like this isn't bad at all. You just want to make sure that's not like your main source of damage, right? Hopefully we get a double slam here. Look at that. I thought this video was scripted. Unfortunately, I was a little too far. I didn't want to take too much time to turn myself. But that's okay. Alright, no tackle there. That's fine. Right, so we shoulder checked. He actually did come towards us. The tracking on that move is pretty crazy. Sometimes it just kind of whiffs completely, and other times it will kind of just be dead on. It really just depends on, you know, where you're positioned at. And you'll kind of learn it as you just experiment with the fight a bit. I guess I was lacking a bit because I seriously didn't think it would hit me. But it turns out it did. Easy level 3 here. We do have a blue icon, so we're getting close to the end, right? Alright, double slam, so easy bread and butter right here. Positioning was a bit off, so we'll turn a little bit. He may have hit his head. That was a 5k right there. His body hit zone isn't like completely awful, by the way, especially when he's powered up. But we, you know, ideally we want to land at that head, right? the easy counter once again. And he does power down, so it's just extremely unlucky. And we don't have any wire bugs ready for strong arm stance, so regular overhead will kill him. So it's not that complicated, right? Obviously, not every monster is going to be Zinogre. Took us 8 minutes and 53 seconds. So that's not bad. You probably could have been faster if we had maybe luckier AI. I was kind of standing around for a bit, but with those opportunities that I did have, I did make pretty good use of them. There's maybe like 1 or maybe 2 counters that were a bit iffy, but you know, normally I could have landed them. We probably could have saved another maybe like 20 seconds or so. You know, who knows, right? The greatsword is a weapon that requires you to be on point because those opportunities to do damage won't always be there, right? Now, Zinogre kind of spoon feeds them to us, especially as the fight goes on, because he gets stronger and stronger, but his moves become more like badder and badder, I guess. I don't know. But like I said, this won't be, every hunt with every monster. They're all different, but things that we need to look out for are all going to be the same. There are going to be combos, right? There are going to be moves with a lot of end lag, and we need to know how to counter those, or if we can counter those, and just learn those little opportunities, right? To do big damage. And with the Zinogre, there's, I think, maybe like one move that I didn't even counter at all because I just wasn't in the right spot to do it. But if I was, maybe I could have saved more time, right? If my wire bug management was good, maybe I could have saved more time, stuff like that. So you just have to keep that in mind. So let's go over the build. I'll go ahead and get my ugly mug out the way. I'm just kidding. I was running Dragonheart, as you could probably tell. So that's just another layer that we have to manage, right? I've got to stay below 80% HP, and I'm not even running Dereliction, but I want to say my uptime was pretty good, right? Especially once I reached that threshold. I think I stayed below 80% pretty much the entire time. And I just used Mega Pots to kind of keep myself a little bit sustained, right? And you have Resuscitate, because, Dragon Blight, duh. Explimite, because, as Greatsword, once we're going for that strong arm stance, we're not moving. We're not using stamina. And I don't really need to roll or anything like that. I can kind of do like a quick sprint if I need to kind of get away from something. But unless I'm just kind of trying to cancel end lag, I'm not really spamming rolls like that. Then Offensive Guard, duh, it's a block. And then Quick Sheath, because Power Sheath is great, and putting our sword away quicker is great. Then Stun Resistance, in case we tackle, for some reason Capcom was on something and made it so we could get stunned through armor. I don't know. Not my place to talk about. And we have Mail of Hellfire 2. I couldn't squeeze in 3, unfortunately, and it just might not be possible for me right now anyways. But if I could, I definitely would get that like plus 25 raw, I believe. And then Wirebug Whisperer 1. Very integral skill to Greatsword, and to many other weapons too, but Greatsword too. Having 3 Wirebugs is amazing. Having 3 Wirebugs for even longer is great. And if you use Greatsword and use Strongarm Stance, then you'll definitely attest to this. Being able to Power Sheath and then immediately Strongarm Stance afterwards is an amazing thing. Because when we only have 2 Wirebugs, if we, decide to Power Sheath, we're really gambling and saying, I don't need to counter anything for 5 seconds. And 5 seconds is a very long time in a hunt, right? For anything to happen. I'm sure there were plenty of times in that hunt with the Zinogre we just did, I Power Sheath and I couldn't counter something because I didn't have that Wirebug, right? I only had 2. So always run Wirebug Whisperer 1 as a Greatsword. It's mandatory. Do it. Please. And then Powder Mantle and Frenzied Bloodlust, which honestly isn't really that good on Greatsword, but it is a free Power Sheath whenever it comes up. So if you do proc it, just Power Sheath and then it'll go away, right? So yeah, that's my skills, right? It's nothing crazy at all. Just Dragonheart might be the scariest thing, and then the Mail of Hellfire. But it's just something you gotta get used to, especially if you want to do big damage. I hope this kind of helped at all. Just kind of the thought process and all that. Like I said, it shouldn't have been too complicated. We're really just walking around and looking for those moves that we can exploit the best. So, yeah, that's about it for me. See ya.